The next Halo game is in active development, and it could actually be one of the coolest stories yet, if 343 doesn't mess it up, including Mendicant Bias or Offensive Bias, new and old characters including possibly the Spirit of Fire coming into the picture finally into a mainline Halo game, and possibly time travel? Could Atriox be tampering with time travel? We're gonna be talking about so many cool things regarding theories and story and stuff like that, but listen guys, I think Halo 7 is gonna be open world. There's really no reason to believe that it wouldn't be, right? In fact, what we saw back in 2018, this little demo, was actually a really great representation of what I think Halo fans really want, right? A true lively open world, a real one, not like the dead one we got in Halo Infinite, but one with oceans and deserts and snowcaps and mountains and wildlife, both dangerous and docile, more side missions or things to do, have a lot of mystery and events and interesting things to explore, like a true to life open world game would have. And that's something that honestly I still want. If 343 can't deliver on that, then honestly I think they should only do the multiplayer, or they should only do the campaign. In fact, that's something I was going to talk about later, but I think they honestly should just pick and choose. We actually have Phil Spencer saying something pretty important here back last year. Phil Spencer on Halo's future, the heart and soul of Halo is with 343. This is during tons of layoffs. I don't think they're going anywhere. Clearly, as Phil Spencer said, they are working on something. Obviously, he has the utmost confidence in the team that's there and leading in the plan that they have going forward, which is not going to be the same that we got with Halo Infinite. A lot of the contractors, a lot of the leadership is not there anymore that created Halo Infinite, so this game is definitely going to be different. Now, there is a lot of evidence that Halo 7 is going to be on Unreal Engine, and I sound like a broken record, so I won't go into all of that, but just heed my words. There is a lot of potential. Just imagine how much easier it will be for the developers to create not only a functioning Halo game, but also additional content and new experiences that Unreal Engine invites, especially with its open world, capabilities. It makes everything a lot easier, and I think that will translate to a bigger, more satisfying experience for Halo fans wanting to play like this epic open world Halo game. The Endless, like the Harbinger, seem to be invulnerable to the Halo ring firing. Why is this important to Atriox, and how does this exactly make them more dangerous than the Flood? It's yet to be seen or really understood at all. A lot of people are saying that this new species is just a self-insert or a distraction from what Halo is all about, and possibly there is some truth to that. I think we all want to see the Flood back, at least in some form. From what my insider told me years ago was that pretty much all the leadership at 343 hated the Flood and did not want them to come back, which is just a damn sin, because it's like that's what Halo is all about, right? It's about stopping the Flood. That's what the Halo rings were made for, right? So anyways, Atriox is clearly going to be the villain in Halo 7. He wants something involving the Harbinger and the Cyclexes, which one even seemed to have possibly a banished logo on it. There is really no explanation from what I can see of what exactly Atriox is trying to accomplish here. So Halo Infinite's legendary ending actually had this really interesting thing that seemed to foreshadow time travel, as these foreigners were discussing about how the Endless will possibly just be forgotten with time, and the Grand Edict said we cannot allow it to be theirs, speaking about time. So I really would not hold it past the foreigners for trying to tamper with time travel. This is something that has a lot of people thinking that actually Atriox is interested in. Maybe Atriox has been sent back in time, or maybe even forward in time. Who knows exactly when all of this took place, this legendary cutscene. But if there is time travel, is that something do you think would ruin Halo? Let me know down in the comments below. I know that is quite a touchy topic, especially after seeing everything and how that kind of panned out in the MCU, I guess, has got people thinking that maybe it wouldn't work in Halo. But the last line in Halo Infinite's cutscenes is actually, offensive bias has been deployed. So makes me think, are they going to finally pull in offensive bias into the canon, or are they going to perhaps involve mendicant bias as well? These AI took part of a huge war back in the day against the Foreigners in the Flood. Basically, offensive bias was created to counter mendicant bias during this huge galactic war on the level of pretty much Star Wars, right? It was just insane how big this war was, right? But eventually, Offensive Bias beat Mendicant Bias and had him pretty much broken up in several pieces, and one of them, actually I think two pieces, were planted on Zeta Halo. So it would be really cool for Master Chief to actually finally interact with Mendicant Bias, because he actually left him messages on the Ark. In fact, Mendicant Bias maybe was actually a part of everything that has been set off, since Halo 3, separating the Arbiter from Master Chief with the portal, sending Master Chief towards Requiem. There's real evidence that Mendicant Bias possibly had some involvement in making sure that Master Chief would go to Requiem and wake up the Didact to start a chain reaction of sorts, right? That would end up possibly with the Didact helping Master Chief, which is something that seems to possibly be a possibility, I guess, in Halo 7 after reading that recent Halo book, right? It seems like the Didact could be headed towards somewhat of a redemption arc, and I think fulfilling that redemption arc would be making things right with Chief or even helping him in the future. So I gotta also say, my story wishes, I think would really need to happen, this is like top tier stuff, is that I think they need to have some flashbacks to fill in the holes in Halo Infinite's beginning, because quite frankly, the game starts off with way too much mystery. We don't really know what's going on except for that there was a war, but it would be great to see, like, maybe in the beginning of Halo 7, there is flashbacks with Thomas Lasky, Palmer in the Infinity, and finding out what happened to them, not only in the beginning of this huge war event with the Banished, but also where they are now on Zeta Halo 6 months later. And there's also some concept art that shows the Infinity is grounded, crashed on Zeta Halo in vines and plants. And so it'd be really cool to kind of investigate that, to board the Infinity in Halo 7 and to meet up with our old allies, right? I don't think that would take away from that vibe of Master Chief being stranded on the Halo ring by himself. And also, it'd be really cool to see the Spirit of Fire take over as the base of operations. There seems to be concept art kind of alluding to everything I'm talking about here, including the Infinity crashed, but also like the Infinity like flying out of the sky, and also potentially the Spirit of Fire, or at least other UNSC ships flying around. It looks like that is the same ship model as the one that we saw in as the Spirit of Fire is, right? So Halo Infinite definitely did not land the 4-person split screen like we had all hoped. What they need to do in Halo 7 is deliver on that. And the reason why I think that's important is because community. I mean, people have so much fun playing Halo with their friends, and to lose sight of that, to lose like that understanding of why that's important, is why Halo is dying, right? You need to bring back the community. You need to bring back the lobbies. You need to bring back the, open mic lobbies too, even though that can sometimes get toxic, but still, man, that's fun. That's what made gaming classic, right? So you guys let me know what you think about this. We have the Xbox Game Showcase in just a few weeks. We'll be talking about that soon as well. So anyways, let me know your own thoughts and theories down in the comment section below. Yeah, let's start speculating. This is fun.